freeway. Are getting off the freeway. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's see what Bell Gardens' pursuit tactics are. Oh, theirs is just follow. Up. I'm surprised Mark isn't all over this. Oh, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, we're coming around here, going over there. Put that up. Put that up. All right, we got an exclusive pursuit and nobody has any interest in it. This is pretty interesting. Oh, okay. Sorry, man. Sandra. What happened to Jen? Not that I don't want to talk to Sandra. I love Sandra. 10 seconds. Copy all. Yep. Coming back on. Well, right now we're in the Bell Gardens area, and that vehicle you see right there, that silver, this might be coming to an end right now. This silver Impala, this is a no-bail, armed and dangerous suspect inside that vehicle. Bell Gardens PD, they've been the ones that have been in pursuit for quite a while, actually. You can see the Sheriff's Department helping them out. This was on the freeway for a long time, making its way down the 710, and then they were asking if the California Highway Patrol wanted to join in or take it over. Bell Gardens said no, they were going to stay with it, and they have until you saw right there making that turn, pulling into this driveway or gated community right there. That gate closed. Now those officers, they all have their guns out. This is an armed and dangerous suspect, and again, we're going to stay a little bit wider right now just in case this goes sideways, because we just can't get a feel for what exactly was going on with that pursuit, except that that suspect not wanting to pull over. Sandra? Not getting out of that vehicle. You know, he could back up. He could do some dramatic moves right here, but with all those officers and those weapons out right now, that probably would not be a good move at all. When those reverse lights come on, and if that car makes a lunging drive towards those officers, this would end poorly, I would venture to say. Right now, though, this car just standing there. Don't know if they know somebody in there, but it definitely looked like this was a target. Like he drove into this neighborhood looking for this driveway and then pulled up. That gate still closed. Wonder what would happen if that gate opens up, if he would try to drive in. You got other civilians not knowing exactly what's going on, and a little dog in the road. I always worry when that happens. But right now you can see they're still very aggressively trying to get that driver out of that vehicle. Did see a little bit of movement, even though it was super dark tint right there just for a second. But right now it's more of a standoff than a pursuit. These officers from Bell Gardens behind that vehicle. There's an armed and dangerous suspect inside. Original want, basically, as we understand it, that Bell Gardens got behind the car, ran the plate, understood who was inside that car, waited till they got back up, turned on their lights and sirens, and then the pursuit was on and brought him here. Yes. Definitely, and you just got to kind of wonder if the folks in this neighborhood, they probably see the PD helicopter, that sheriff's helicopter circling low down there and keeping an eye on what's going on. These officers basically shouting out commands right now, and that suspect not nothing at all. Those windows are up. There is no activity inside that car at all. And again, this vehicle not disabled, so this could turn into a pursuit once again. Right now, though, that driver of that vehicle, he's waiting. I'm not sure what for, but these officers, they want to take that person into custody, a very dangerous person behind that wheel. Open. Oh, open the window, threw the keys out. That's what those officers are always, mostly that's what they want to see. They want to know that that vehicle is unable to move, so they probably were telling them, open that window, throw the keys out. I'm venturing to say that that's what it was. Hopefully it wasn't something else other than that. Hands are clearly being shown right now. Windows are down, and that suspect seems to be complying as this is coming to an end, hopefully peacefully. Again, that driver not out of that vehicle yet, but Bell Gardens PD out here in force this afternoon, and you can see this is in the we are in the Bell Gardens area. So he basically made his way back over to this area. He was out of here and then came back here. But right now, the window down, that suspect not exactly complying, but at least that was a positive move that he showed his hands and apparently threw the keys of that vehicle out of the car. Cell phone. Yeah. We didn't see any accidents at all. We saw no collisions. There's a little bit of damage to the front of that Impala, but we did see some, let's just call them dramatic moves on the 710 earlier on. He basically moved all the way from the number one lane all the way over to the right shoulder and then was passing some big rigs as he was making his way to get off the freeway. But Bell Gardens PD, they were being safe the entire time. Going to be a little bit cautious right here just because of the want and the warrant for that suspect. You can see these officers. I don't see a non-lethal in any of these officers' hands, so they are ready for anything right now, but it does seem like that suspect complying with Bell Gardens PD, hands out, and he seems to be doing exactly what the officers are asking him to do. Definitely. Definitely, and you know we haven't seen anybody make their way out of their homes out here since we arrived. There are a couple. Oh, they already have crime tape up. So these officers very proactive out here, basically maybe even holding people back from this area. It appears to be you can clearly see that one officer not in a uniform. So I would venture to say a detective. Maybe that was the person that the the detective that might have wanted to talk to that suspect, but you can clearly see nobody's putting their weapons down. Their guns are still out, and this suspect definitely complying, but you've got other officers over here keeping an eye on that vehicle. Now, we never did hear if there was one person or two persons in that car. Right now, we know the driver is out and being taken into custody, but of course, there's that possibility there might be a second person in that car. Still pointing the weapons at the car. We're trying to take a peek in to see if we see any activity at all. Very, very dark tint on that vehicle. That's what the officers don't want to see either. But right now it seems to be a little bit more of just precaution other than knowing that somebody else is in that car. That driver already being frisked, probably going to be placed in the vehicle. By that time, they're going to make their approach. But again, this armed and dangerous suspect and no bail warrant. So this person definitely was somebody law enforcement wanted to talk to. In Bell Gardens PD, they got that car and they ran that plate. They figured out who was behind the wheel, and that pursuit was on. But it lasted probably, I would say, probably 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more. Here we go. The officers making their approach right now, and you can see them, weapons out. They're not playing around out here, but I would venture to say, I hope to say, there is nobody inside that vehicle. That's right. It's all coming to an end out here. This pursuit ending peacefully, one suspect in custody, and hopefully there was no damage. Like I said, Sandra, there's a little bit of damage on the front of that car. We didn't hear of any collisions, but hopefully there wasn't. Again, coming to a peaceful end out here in this Bell Gardens neighborhood. How do you bring a pursuit to an end? Put Skyfox over it. Party killer. I don't know. Let me find out. I don't know what CBS is doing. They must be in a commercial. I don't have any IFB from them. Simon Des, thank you. Melissa, that was amazing. It was fun. It was cool. It was nifty. And now what?